Hey guys, it's Rome from the Ember Rose on Wyrmrest Cord. This is just going to be a brief video about the community. I'm going to leave this unlisted just because of its small nature in the long run. It's just about the community of Wyrmrest Cord. So about 1 or 2 days ago, there was this person named Z that was an officer of the emergency response unit that was exposed for allegedly being a pedophile. I can confirm from multiple people that have dealt with them before that they were doing it. What basically happened is this person used to be part of a guild called the Dreadwing Vultures a while ago. I have no time to relate it, but I'm guessing from a couple of months to up to a year ago. This person was found out that they were soliciting minors for pictures of their feet. If you don't know why that could be bad, it's because many people, well, not many, but quite a few people have a fetish for feet, let alone some, even worse, have fetishes over children's feet. The biggest example of this in, let's say, media would be the alleged case with Dan Schneider. Nonetheless, I'm digressing. So what happened is this person was found out. It was brought to the GM's attention of Dreadwing Vultures, and I'm talking in past tense, and they removed them from the guild. Later on, they said that they supposedly killed themselves, and a friend, quote, friend, brought that up. So no one heard from this person for a long time. Just recently, allegations were spread of an exposed document, which I will leave below. It's a compilation of images from Imgur, and this person admits to being a pedophile in the Wyrmrest Accord community on World of Warcraft. They admit that there were this person before. It was the same person that was asking for the pictures of the feet. They admitted that, and no one knew besides this one person talking to them. I personally do not know the person talking to them. I do not even know their in-game name or anything. But they found out this person, and I was sent this document around 4 a.m. of yesterday, May 19th. I was reading along this, and then a couple of names were mentioned. I contacted them asking who was this person, and they didn't know that these two people were the same person. Most people mentioned were from the Dreadwing Vultures that had no idea this person had resurfaced from the community. So, why am I telling this? The person has already been exposed, and people are becoming well aware of this. They were removed from the emergency response unit when I notified the GM of this. But now there's harvesting of they were, quote, harboring this pedophile, which is false in the sense that you can clearly see in one of the images. I think it was one of the last ones. I'll put it on screen right now. But in one of the last images, the person admits that no one knows besides the person they're talking to. So first off, how can the emergency response unit even know if they were the only person to find out? So that doesn't make any sense. Let alone, I informed the person of the E.R.U. and they removed this person. Now, if this person was an officer in this guild, like if you knew this person, but you didn't know that this happened, and you let their trust into you, you would think that, like, in a sense, they would have like some sense of like disbelief. So they found out, and then it took them a little bit. It took them a couple of hours, and they didn't know how to handle it, because if you don't know how to handle this before, some people like are in disbelief that saying they couldn't possibly do that. And then people are exposing them. It's like they are showing these feelings that they're sympathizing. They're not sympathizing. They're in disbelief. They're in distraught that this person they trusted with an officer position in a guild, one of the pillars of the Wyrmrest Accord Alliance community, that this person, a figurehead of their guild, was a pedophile. And they want to keep the situation hush because it's not good. It's just drama. It's just bad solicitation. It's the same thing with Subway, with when one of their representatives or show person, Jared Fogle, was exposed. Do you think Subway wants to talk about that? No, of course not. It's bad for business. It's the same thing with a guild. You do not want to bring more attention to this person. They don't need the attention. They shouldn't get it. The community should be aware of this person, but that doesn't mean that they have to constantly talk about it. It is unnecessary in that sense. And I'm standing with the emergency response unit, with me personally having exposed someone before, which was Miss Am in the community a couple months ago. Some people are in disbelief because they trusted this person, but as soon as I talked enough sense into them, they soon just started to agree that this person is not an alright person. And that was the same thing with the emergency response unit. They're not sympathizing. They're just in disbelief. They eventually got through that disbelief and removed them. And they said they were taking it at steps, and I think there's miscommunication of what their plans were going to do. I am sure, I'm 100% sure, that if everything was proven clearly, that they would have removed them in a heartbeat. And they were in the midst of that. But then the person left on their own accord. So it's like if you're trying to impeach a president and they're still guilty, but they leave before you can do anything. It's exactly that. So they did nothing wrong. But this person that made a Tumblr that's putting them on blast for it is just doing it from unwanted hatred. They're just doing it from hatred. And they're saying, we are stopping pedophiles online. But the E.R.U are innocent. They didn't know. They thought this person was alright and didn't know their track record because the person made another alias, faked their death, to live in this community again. So how could you put them on blast and not the pedophile? You mentioned the pedophile like once or twice, but then you focus on the E.R.U strictly harassing, or not harassing, harboring these people, but you put them on harassment, saying how they should be like, they shouldn't be trusted, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous in the sense that someone is so blinded that they want to put a whole group on blast when they want to keep it quiet. It's like, who would also want to talk about a death in their guild? No one wants to make that public. It's a very sensitive topic, and it doesn't look good for them. So, to the person that is exposing the E.R.U for these things, I find them quite foolish, and it's just hatred that you just want in the community that is unneeded and unwanted and unnecessary. Instead, if you really truly felt on removing pedophiles from this community, you would have gone for the pedophile itself and assessed that situation more. You would have interviewed people. You would have interviewed the people they talked with and learned from their experiences and know. Because I talked to some people myself, they had no idea that this person was. They thought they led to their own suicide. So how can you blame anybody?